Hey, welcome to another price prediction. This one is Ethereum Classic. Now we've got loads of history for Ethereum Classic, and as you can see, I've got loads of markings on this chart as well. That's because I've just done a deep dive into what the beginning of the year might look like for the whole crypto market. So go and check that out because that video will have come out before this one. So go back and check it out and let me know what you think. But for now, we've got to delete all those drawings because they are in the way. So let's get into this price prediction. We've got loads of history on our side, which is wonderful. I love it when this happens. So the peak of the market that happened in December 17th for Ethereum Classic had a few more peaks at similar levels around that same time. It's great when we've got peaks of markets like this and we can see a clear bear market, and it really helps with the Fibonacci's, which is my favorite tool to use. Lots going on this channel, by the way, before I get this fib on. We're setting up a load of different things about one-on-one sessions. Soon I'll have memberships for the YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll be doing some live streams just for the members to go through coins. So you can show your coins in the chat and everything, and we'll look at them live on stream. So that will be coming up soon. And like I said, those one-on-one sessions are going to be so good. But that's to come. Anyway, as we can see earlier in the cycle, so in May time, actually May 5th, we peaked out at this 3.618 level, and I actually want to make sure that is absolutely accurate on all sides, because it's funny that it would peak out just short of a fib, but it did. Anyway, so you can see the fibs have played really strongly into this coin throughout history, probably. So yeah, we've bounced off these levels. Every time we've come down, we've bounced off a line, we've come up, we've had struggles around a line, we've bounced down off a line, resistance at a line. So we know Fibonacci's work really well for this coin. And even here, we've wicked out at that 3.618. So what does that mean? Well, it means that this Ethereum Classic took a massive hit. I mean, we know what kind of tear it can go on. So from the bottom here in March 2021, just from March to May, it did at 1,385%. That would be wild to happen again, right? So interestingly, you could see this peak, right? You see this peak right here? And we had that massive sell-off, a little fake out pump, and then we've gone down again. Can you see the similarities in what we're looking at today for this coin? So if we look here, I think we are looking at this just on a bigger scale this time. So look, we have the peak, just as we have the peak here. We come down, which we came all the way down. We have a little fake out pump, which we had a fake out pump. Then we come back down, and I'd imagine this tiny area right here, I'll draw another circle. This area right here is arguably where we are right now. And so we've bottomed out, maybe, for Ethereum Classic. Maybe there's probably room to go down, maybe down to the $20 level. Even if it goes super bearish, we could come down to $17 in the short term here, and then see that rise up to the top of the fibs again. I would imagine, this is my prediction, it simply could be higher. We never know. There's a chance maybe that we get back up to this 2.618 level at $120.34, and that may be the moment where the bear market is set in. That may be what happens. However, this doesn't look like a falling structure to me so far. I actually want to zoom in and see what this looks like on a 4-hourly time frame. So on a 4-hourly, does it look like a falling structure? No, it doesn't. So I would say that's probably not the end. Could make the argument to say that there's a cup and handle kind of formation happening here, that we're waiting to come up to here, at which point the breakout would come. And how you measure the breakout out of a cup and handle is to measure the bottom of the cup, which I'll just take on averages here, to the top of the cup, drag that to the lip, and that would bring the price all the way up to kind of $284, which then could be the top of the market. So I'm going to draw a line there because that's one of the lines that we look at for convergence. So let's draw that line right there. It's not completely accurate. It's just a guideline for you. That would mean that we overextend the Fibonacci's, however. And typically, I'm out of a coin before we overextend, because I trust the fibs so much that I tend to think the Fibonacci's are the lines where I need to be taking profit, or at least around those. So let's look at it from this perspective. If we've got to the top of the Fibonacci's, which still could be the case, actually this would start creating the falling structure that we look for at the top of a market. The top of the Fibonacci's are 456% away there, and that would be $192. So I believe what we could see is something like this. In a falling structure, typically what we see is an all-time high made, a drop down, which could be down to here, a new all-time high made, although it is marginal, and as you can see there is a marginal difference between these two fib lines. It would come back down again, rise up again, probably around to this level, around the $100 level, and then the prolonged bear market begins. So just to illustrate that, I'd imagine we'd see something like this, up here to the top of the fibs, back down to these levels, back up here where you think it's going again and it never does, and then the prolonged bear market starts. I could see something like that for Ethereum Classic. That would make a falling structure. Now I'd say if we do reach these areas again, kind of this $157 area, maybe $111 area, I would be starting to relieve my bags, because we know this is an area of extreme volatility and discovery. It kind of gets really difficult to take profits when you think it could go endlessly up. I would say for the most part, let's not look at this $277 level for the most part. Let's stick to the fibs for this, because I do want to be conservative. But I'd say if we made a new all-time high, we could be at between these two levels, and these would be optimum times to get out. Those would be $165 and $192. But as you know, sometimes I like to do a bit of a moon boy projection. And if we did see kind of moon boy numbers for this, what we do is we drag the 0.236 line, this red line, and drag it on top of the previous market. And what that does is it gives us the super cycle numbers. And the super cycle numbers are up here. I'm going to just draw these two lines in before telling you the price. And those would be anywhere between $690 and $810. So from today's price, yes, I know this is going to be a big number, but from today's price, we'd be looking at anywhere between 1,900% to 2,200%. But you know, these two levels are to be weighted for with like 10% of your portfolio, the stuff that you leave in to ride the waves. And if it does somehow make it up to the top of this ultra bullish Fibonacci, then at least you've made a good amount of money with your 10% all the way up. But we're not talking about moon boys here. We're talking about conservative numbers. That's what we want. Everyone's here for a moon boy there. Everyone loves it. So what we're looking at here is in 2022, we would likely be coming down similar numbers to what we came down before. So what is that? So from the previous bull cycle peak to the bottom, that was a 93.12% decrease. If we sold right in between these two numbers and we came down 93.12%, let's try and get that as close as possible to last year. There we go. I'm going to just draw a nice little line on it here. Get rid of this. That takes us down to the $12.09 level. Who would have thought we'd be visiting there again? But if history repeats, it's done this before, and we come down the same amount, this is the type of numbers we're coming down to. Now, I don't want to scare you to say that we're going down to $12 at the bottom of the market, but when I look at these, and we'll go through these in the one-on-one courses and stuff, and we're actually going to have a members-only Telegram channel. What you should be looking for in these is moments where the market has peaked and has hit that peak point on multiple occasions. So, for example, I might choose here because, there was a big pump up above the line. It dropped down and used it as support. It was resistance for a while. It was resistance over here as well. It was resistance right here. And so, these points, you can use them as laddering out opportunities. You could even use this line right here as a buy-in, because look how many problems there were around this level. There was resistance a lot there. It was resistance most notably twice here before the big drop off. So this is a strong point. You could set your buy orders in anywhere between $12 and $17, and I think you'd be getting pretty good buys. So if you bought in the middle, I'm going to drag this line up. If you bought in the middle of those two kind of ranges for the bear market, what would we be looking at? for the 2025 market. Well, how I do that is not how I just did it there, is you take the top of the previous market, which we're hoping will be up here, down to the bottom of the market, which on average, let's say it's around here, and we'll be looking at a $712 Ethereum Classic, which from buying at the bottom of the market, right here, and waiting to the top, you know, you've got a 5,000% increase there. We make our money buying in these zones, not waiting for these like little pumps here from $34 up to $165. Yeah, those are great, those are nice, but that money that we're making here, we're putting in the bottom of the market to change our lives in the next cycle. This cycle is not changing our lives, I'm telling you. Next cycle will though. So that's Ethereum Classic. And if you're not subscribed already, why not? It's been growing so much. I mean, literally 26 days ago, I was on 18 subs, and now I'm on 1.19 thousand subs. Soon we'll be able to turn on YouTube memberships for that live stream option for everyone, and that would be really great. If you could invite your friends along, you'll get a 10x pump, obviously, and I make loads of other videos. There's going to be so much more to come. Thank you for being here. This is a video that the algorithm suggests that you watch, so go and check it out.